2 wines are going to be fast. These guys are so new, there's no ink on the corks.
Yeah, that's true.
Fresh faces.
You mind if I start us out so that, because you got wine glass still. Hello, Internet. I'm Chaz.
And I'm Dan. Welcome to Wine and Serious Business, episode 219. We're here today with
319.
319.
219?
You're right. No, it's 319.
Yeah, I say 319. We're well into 300s. Okay.
Chaz's brain is sharper than mine tonight. Normally
For once.
he works Wednesday up to Wednesday morning, but not this week.
Not this week.
He's all recovered. And we're here to talk about some more Pinot Noir.
We are. We got two 2014s here. What's this? Where'd you get these wines
tight
from?
Show. These are more wines. I got them on the same outing as I did when I got the Big Table Farm. Start there, I think. Okay. So this was, I think, around Memorial Day. So I feel bad about taking this long to get around to them. But on the other hand, I feel good that we did get around to them eventually. And we're still talking Pinot Noir. We just checked both of these are still on the market.
Yep.
So it's not like we're talking nonsense on you, creating dreams that you can't fulfill.
No. But a couple small producers, right?
Brand new.
Yeah, brand new guys in the game. Want to just like seek out some new interesting wines, right? Like,
yeah.
Did these strike you while you were out tasting them?
Yeah, that was the story. So I had a good time enjoying them when we were out there, and wanted to get them on the show. So awesome. Hazelfern Cellars, we're going to start out with. Brian Lang, thanks so much for liking our show, kind of participating in the comments, things like that for quite a while. Yeah. Really active on social media.
Big
really
time, yeah. On Facebook a lot, right?
Yeah. So Brian and his wife moved out from Portland to wine country, built this beautiful facility out there. Great for visits on holidays and things like that. If you see their events come up, definitely go out and check them out. And for a new winery, I was super impressed with how well it was organized. There was a really good flow through the event, and you know how sometimes you can get really crowded up or like 30 people trying to wedge in and get pours at these tiny little tables. Like that was set up really well where everything moved along, everybody could get a pour. I was really impressed. So
right on.
Yeah. So this is
we'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, just Hazelfern Cellars Pinot Noir, 2014.
All right.
Dark cherries on the nose here, a little bit.
Really light aromas, like not sort of like 14. Where a lot of 14s have a pretty good intensity of like the nose is pretty intense, and there's a lot of ripeness to the nose. This not as much ripeness. Yeah. Definitely like more of a just not ripe or overripe cherry flavors, but the intensity is pretty leveled out. Like maybe a hint of like some sort of floral component, like actual roses. There's some sort of floral component, but it's all fairly light, very low toned.
Yeah. A little herbal. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's a little bit like, something herbaceous, something floral, and definitely like a cherry or fruit.
Cherries come right through on the palate with a good burst of just kind of like solid fruit in the middle. Little bit of structure late. Nothing terribly complex here, but still, a little drawn out on the finish. That's nice, and just really enjoyable flavors, I think.
Yeah, there's like the cherries, like Dan said, definitely the most striking flavor component. Maybe even like a say cherry pith, but whatever. Like I always think of like, I guess I'll just go with that. Right? There's a little bit of something extra there that adds a little bit of complexity to me. The structure's in a really nice place. Got great acid, and tannins are not super strong, but they got a little bit of grip in the cheeks.
Yeah, which I think it puts it in a good spot for drinking right now. I see some aging potential, but I also like that. It's not inaccessible at this point at all. The structure's building up a little bit as I have multiple sips.
Yeah, it's almost building towards like a grapefruity flavor, like a grapefruit totally citrus acid or something. Definitely nowhere near anything but like a ruby red grapefruit. Mm-hmm. But the cherries are still definitely the most predominant flavor. Overall, pretty nice. Like the texture here is really nice. It's kind of light for a 2014, right? You expect I don't know. The last show we did was riper. Yeah,
exactly.
But we've also had wines where they're not, they're not super ripe, right? There's a lot of freshness. But this is on the fresher side for 2014 that I've had, and really quite nice.
Yeah, and across multiple sips, I'm really happy with the acidity. The way that hangs out on the palate is pretty enjoyable.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like. Is this all? I'm sure Brian will see this.
Yeah.
Is this how much new wood is in this? Because I almost get it. Almost like get a little bit of barrel in it, but it's like old barrel, not new barrel.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't.
I would be like, it's not like I would. It wouldn't be surprised to hear 0%.
Yeah, I'm not getting any like vanilla flavors or chocolate flavors or anything like that.
But I'm getting like maybe a little bit of the toast and like a little bit of that old barrel sort of flavor, like dried wood or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was just a
I'm drinking at my house.
Love
tonight,
to hear that comment. I'm sure you'll see this. So yeah, Dan can go ham.
Chad's gonna double down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll go on a rinse with wine number 2. So this is the Cancilla Vineyard Pilgrimage from St. Reginald Parish. St. Reginald Parish is another pretty new winery in the Portland area. I'm not too sure what the first vintage was, but I know they haven't been around for too long. He makes a entry level line called the Marigny that you see around a lot more, like rosés and things like that.
Okay.
But this wine was being poured at Hazelfern Cellars over the same event, and of his lineup, this was the bottle that struck me, and I thought I'd bring it back. We've had good wines from Cancilla Vineyard from other producers in the past.
Oh yeah.
I think it's really cool that Ken Cancilla works with so many kind of brand new producers in the valley.
It's true.
Yeah. It's I think kind of like Johan. It's another like high quality source that you see making it out into a lot of people that aren't big names yet.
Huh.
And I appreciate that. It's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know Brian Day makes some Cancilla. I mean, there's a ton of people. Yeah,
right?
Swick makes Cancilla. Yeah, there's a ton of people that make Cancilla.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
A little more complex in the nose here, a little less fruity, I think. There's still just a little bit of red fruits, and I'm getting a little bit of earthy character going on here.
Yeah, a little bit of the... There's a bit of a tasty note on the back, and the forest floor thing sort of sticks out a little bit, right? The earthiness.
But I thought it was going to be okay. I'm actually regretting being this close to the eucalyptus plant, because when I breathe really deep, I'm getting a little bit of it, but
all right,
but not much. For those of you who may worry about that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like a little bit cherry, definitely some cranberry flavors, and then some cranberry aromas, and then the sort of earthy component in the nose. But again, intensity levels fairly dialed down.
Dialed down on
it's
the
not
nose,
punching out of the glass. Pretty restrained.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that's really nice.
Yep. Similar to the nose, where nothing's really jumping out, but I think there's like a really nice, delicate evolution on the palate here, right?
Yeah.
All the fruit and the structure have great components. I kind of like these two as a contrast, right? There's a little more complexity here, and a little more intensity of flavor here. I feel like anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's striking to me like this tastes just excuse me, wrong word. This tastes just like cherries. I mean, like just like a lot of times we use cherry as a descriptor where it's like, yeah, it's got some of those similar flavors. This tastes like I'm just eating cherries, like boom, popping cherries in my mouth and actually eating them.
Interesting.
That initial hit of flavor to me, I don't know, just like very striking. Leading into like some sort of like slightly sour tart fruits, like pomegranate or something like that.
Man, yeah, you're on point tonight. Yes.
But I really like that progression where it's like it tastes like fresh cherries. And then leads into like these like tart, almost sour, lightly sourness in the finish, right? It's really, really quite nice.
Yeah, the tannins have a pretty gentle touch to them. Like the acidity is much more the dominant element of the structure, I think, going late, and pretty fine grained, but drifting just a little towards bitterness late. Not enough to really turn me off. If you're super sensitive to that, it might be too much. But I think most of you if you're watching this would enjoy how the finish plays out here.
Yeah. The flavors, it's kind of weird. Like the body of the wine, which initially seems kind of nice, falls away really quickly. Right, you swallow it, it's gone. But that lingering flavor is left for a long time. And the tannins are really like light and dusty.
Yeah,
really
right.
Light,
you get a little bit of that evolution, and I think that's nice. And another nice thing we discovered. So when I picked up these wines to do on the show, they're both around the same price point, right around $40. So. New producers trying to make a mark with some quality stuff, but when we were checking the price right before the show started, we found out that this one has been put on sale on their website. Links right down below for $20.
I'll be buying a few bottles at that price point. This is absolutely smoking wine at $20 a bottle.
Yeah, which you must be trying to clear it out to make space for the new vintage or something, but I can't imagine it'll last long. So seize that opportunity. This is also for sale at their link
Yeah, both
down below.
Both
as well.
very good wines. Yeah,
And when you think of them as like brand new producers on the market, it's exciting to think of what's going to come next as they get familiar with the fruit sources and experience in the cellar and all of that stuff comes together.
Yeah.
And really, this is something as we do the show for more and more years, talking about the new producers is something that's really exciting to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, trying to find those new guys that are doing something different, right?
Yeah.
I loved that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since Anyway, I could literally ramble on like back in my day, where we found some new exciting producers. This has happened multiple times since we've been doing this. So
yep.
that's what I love that part of the show. I
Yeah.
was gonna say the one thing I would remark on both these wines. One thing I really like about them. I think 2014. A lot of people were worried about ripeness levels being a bit too high. I don't think you don't have to worry about that in either of these two wines.
It's
both,
funny.
Both
yeah.
a pretty fresh expression of Pinot Noir and a really pretty expression. Of Pinot Noir in 2014.
And it really kind of busts this theory I was going to run after this last show. It was like, oh, maybe I'm going to start talking about how 2014 is the new 2002. People are going to tell me, oh, Dan, that's a really astute comparison. That's really smart of you. That's a dumb thing to say. These two don't line up with that. Don't line up with that philosophy at all. And I'm glad to see that, 2014 establishing itself as a unique vintage in its own right.
Totally.
Its own unique character. So that's all I've got to say. You got a question of the day?
Yeah. We were just digging around in Dan's closet playing with some magic cards.
Yeah.
What do you have locked away in the closet that you've been collecting for years since you were a teenager?
There you go. Hobbies from your teens.
Yeah, what's your hobbies for your
20s?
teens? For me, I think I sold my magic collection 20 or 30 times over. I've definitely still got an old box of comic books that
there we go, and that's one I never got into.
Go of. I wish
favorite.
I could.
What was the one that you were most excited about reading?
The Max.
All right.
The Max is my favorite. I loved Sam Keith's artwork. It was like just something completely different at the time, and the storyline was really interesting. It's like a anti-hero sort of superhero, right? And
cool.
Just really, really cool.
Yeah, and there are many paths to wine, and one of those paths is complete and total nerddom. So I know some of you guys watching the show have a nerdy collection of some kind or another. Let us know what it is.
All right. Yeah, it's the show.
See
you guys next time.